was senior night last Wednesday night at Waldo Stadium as the Broncos seniors played their final home game. And it was the seniors leading the way in a victory over Kent State. Jarvion Franklin rushed for 191 yards and a touchdown, while Darius Phillips and Robert Spillane each had a pick six. And middle linebacker Caleb Bailey was all over the field. The Broncos rout the Golden Flashes Waldo Stadium 48-20. I'm Robin Hook. Coming up, head coach Tim Lester joins me for all the highlights on Week 10 of Bronco Review after this timeout.
Bronco Review is a production of Western Michigan University Athletics and WMU Media Services and is brought to you in part by Greenleaf Trust, financial security from generation to generation. Trust is in their name for a reason. They've earned it.
We didn't just break the mold, we made it. And we spelled it L-I-T-E. Because when you invent light beer, you get to spell it however you want. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Part of being a member at Arbor Financial Credit Union is the relationships and personal attention you get from our helpful and knowledgeable staff. But we realize you don't always have time for that. With Arbor Financial's secure mobile app, you can quickly check your balance, pay a bill, deposit a check, or find an ATM. In between, well, everything else. Visit us online at arborfcu.org for more information. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Are you considering home improvements? You should consider Blackberry.
Blackberry has completed several home improvement projects in our neighborhood, so when we were ready for 20 new replacement windows, we called Blackberry. They completed the project on time and their workmanship was outstanding. Our friends are amazed, and we love the transformation of our home both inside and out with our new windows from Blackberry Home Improvement Specialists.
Call today or go to blackberrysystems.com.
When I grow up, I'm gonna redefine pizza. One that will change the history of pizza forever. A pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni. This is my dream, and I can do it. Because my mom and dad said I can accomplish anything. And I will do great things in life.
Sorry, kid, it's been done.
But my dream...
Introducing Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza. Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg with Maple Hill Auto Group. We know that car buying is a journey, not just a destination. We know that we need to be there each step of the way for you through parts, sales, service, through your entire ownership experience. At Maple Hill Auto Group, we look at every customer not as a single purchase, but rather as a start to a journey that we hope spans generations. Maple Hill Auto Group, for a journey like no other.
Bull is back to throw, swings it out, it's picked off! This is a pick six for Western Michigan. Robert Spillane cuts it back inside the 5, into the end zone, touchdown Western Michigan. Robert Spillane.
Robert Spillane with a touchdown in his final game at Waldo Stadium, and the Broncos jump out to a 14-0 lead over Kent State last Wednesday night. Midweek action at Waldo Stadium. Seniors were honored before the game, and wow, they played awesome all night long, that senior class.
Yeah, I was so happy for them. You know, we don't normally say let's send them out on the right foot. They sent themselves out on the right foot. They played so well.
They were outstanding, as we'll see in the highlights at Waldo Stadium. Western Michigan and Kent senior night's always an emotional night. Guys really start to come to grips with their football career. Western Michigan starting to wind down.
Yeah, it was one of my most memorable games and emotional games, and more than a lot of the other games that people think are big time games. So we talked a lot about that all week, and I was proud of the focus that they kept and how well they played.
All right, let's go to Waldo Stadium. As you see the warm-up before the game, and here come the Broncos out of the tunnel, and there's triumph. That's the best entrance in college football.
No question. I love the Stars and Stripes helmet, the salute to heroes, and Spillane's always the guy that carries the flag out of the tunnel. So I let him lead the team onto the field, and it was a great game from the get-go.
Here's Darius Phillips, and Kent decided to kick to number 4.
Yeah, and we made him pay for it. Unfortunately on one that we got called back, but I thought he played great, and I thought we started off the game really well, and I was proud with the way we took the ball and went down the field on the first drive to get ahead 7-0, and we really set a good tone early on.
Reese Goddard handing off here to Jarvion Franklin, who had He had a heck of a game in the first series.
He really did. He's our leader. We're going to lean on him and that offensive line, and obviously Donnie and Odell, our 2 tight ends, and it was just a great start to the game. And when we faced some adversity later on, and we just kept fighting.
All right, Kent goes to work, and Robert Spillane picks it off. He was not going to let the quarterback bring him down.
No, I was worried about that one. I saw him undercut it. He got good width. Sometimes the linebackers get too much depth in that situation. He got plenty of width and made a great catch. It was just one to beat. And for a senior, first drive of the game, after the offense went down and scored to do that, it really put us in a good position moving forward.
Robert's had a lot of good memories, and I'm sure that'll be one of them when he looks back at his career at Western Michigan. And here you go, your kick coverage team, number 1 in the MAC, Coach.
They are. They're doing, a lot of that is Derek. Mitchell does such a great job of putting the ball where we need it, and the guys are really running down there, and really proud of that unit, because it really does, between them and what Derek can do in our punting game, and people are afraid to kick to Darius Phillips. It really puts us in a good position ahead of the chains playing the hidden yardage game.
Saw some plays by your defense there. Spillane and Bailey, they were all over the field in this game, and now here's your punter doing a great job. He's
30.
Unbelievable. 30 punts inside the 20.
30. He's 30 years old, and he has 30 punts. Out of 53 punts this year, he's put 30 inside the 20, which is number 1 in the country, and is an impressive stat. And you're right, our defense was playing unbelievably, and Caleb Bailey was all over the place. He was our defensive player of the week this week.
They were able to tie the game at 14, but after that, it's pretty much over. And this one ended up getting called back, but it was so pretty we wanted to show it again.
Yeah, it got called back because of a hold, and Darius is looking fast and fresh, and I was really proud of the way he played.
Had a great end zone camera shot of Darius going to the house. It was called back, but you went on offense and you gave it to this guy.
Yeah, keep handing him the ball. I thought, the young quarterback, I thought did a good job of using his legs a little bit, but it takes a little bit of pressure off of Jarv. But Jarv just continues to be our workhorse, and love the way he finished that run.
Another 100-yard game by Jarvion Franklin, the all-time leading rusher in Western Michigan history and the all-time leading touchdown maker in Bronco football history.
It's unbelievable statistically what he's done, and he's still got time left.
All right, Western Michigan and Kent State. Jarvion had a heck of a first half. That was a 71-yard touchdown, 72 yards officially on that touchdown run. And you start to pull away.
Yeah, I thought he looked fast, too. Jarv's always been strong, but rarely do you say, wow, he really pulled away. And I thought he pulled away, and I really felt like we started leaning. The second quarter, we got the momentum back from them scoring late in the first quarter, and got our two-score lead back by halftime. And that's not easy to do always, to get the momentum back. Man, the defense was fun to watch the whole game, but especially the last 3 quarters.
Another senior in there, Andre Turner, number 5, playing down tackle for you. He had a solid game too.
He did. I mean, we rushing the ball. We knew they weren't going to run the ball. They had 1 run late on our 2 defense, but other than that, we played on their side of the line of scrimmage. And here's the young kid making a throw. I really thought our receivers played pretty well as they continue to grow up.
They're growing up together. You got freshmen and sophomores out there playing wide receiver, and this guy got a chance. Matt Falcon, that's a 33-yard run.
Yes, has not played football in 2.5 years, that young man, and I was so happy for him to get out there and get comfortable and pop the 1 big run, and I think he got better as the game went on.
You got Jarvion Franklin running at you if you're a defender now, and then you got that guy coming at you at 235 pounds.
He's big, yeah. He's actually bigger than Jarv. He's actually bigger than Jarv. Here's a great play by Darius Phillips, and see him snatch one out and get another pick 6, another return, an FBS record for returns. It's pretty special.
Yeah, and he got the cast off his wrist, and it showed. He's more effective hanging on to the football.
Yeah, he can move his wrist again for the first time in 5 weeks, and it showed. And what that didn't show there, Stephen Clark got in front of him and put a hellacious block on their tight end and cleared the way for Darius to get in.
All right, Broncos going to the locker room with a nice lead over Kent State on senior night. Salute to Veterans Night at Waldo Stadium. We'll be back with more Bronco Review highlights after this timeout.
You trust Dunshee Body and Frame for all your collision repair work, but they offer so much more, like paintless dent repair, brakes and wheel alignment, and perfect paint matching. Dunshee also works with all insurance companies to make sure your vehicle is restored to pre-accident condition. So for personal service and high-quality workmanship, call Dunshee Body and Frame at 375-2100 or visit their website, DunsheeBody.com. Dunshee Body and Frame, part of your community since 1973.
Whether it's your knee, back, or wrist, a small pain can be a big problem that affects everything you do. Ascension care teams at Borgias take the time to listen, because listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find an orthopedic doctor who is right for you at borgias.com/orthopedics.
The people who accomplish so much are always striving to do even more. Now, with our help, they will. It's time for more.
At Galesburg Ford, we're getting geared up for fall. So if your goal is to be driving a new car,
Rush on down to Galesburg Ford.
You can't afford to pass up these great deals on a new car or truck at Galesburg Ford. New 2018 models are arriving daily. Come out and visit us at Galesburg Ford. We're located 1 mile north of I-94, exit 85, halfway between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. When it comes to your next vehicle, our team has you covered at Galesburg Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
Choosing your home isn't easy. This is where your kids will draw on the walls, where the people you love will gather to laugh and cry. It's a big decision, which is why choosing your mortgage partner should be easy. With low rates and quick turnaround, Arbor Financial Credit Union can create a customized mortgage solution that is right for you. Visit us at arborfcu.org to find out more. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
And give it to Jarvion straight ahead. He may go to the house. He's to midfield. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. They're not going to catch him. He's gone into the end zone. Touchdown, Jarvion Franklin. Jarvion Franklin, 72 yards for the touchdown.
There he is, Jarvion Franklin, doing what he does, run the football and score touchdowns. And that one coming on senior night, he'll remember that, I'm sure.
Yeah, just the game he had in general, you know, from beginning to end until we sat him down to keep him fresh. You know, he dominated, he ran hard. He did everything, a little bit of everything that we need him to do to win games, and I was proud that that's his lasting memory of his last game at Waldo.
191 yards rushing for Jarvion, and not very often he loses any yardage on runs.
He's a fall forward guy, there's no doubt, especially once he gets a little bit of rhythm going. He's better as he gets more and more footballs. That's why I was so proud of that first drive. I mean, he's normally not, you know, flying out of the gates on carry 1, 2, and 3, but he started from first play, and he kept the pressure on the defense the whole day.
All right, here you go, getting field position, tackling on the kickoffs, and those guys do a great job. They take a lot of pride in that, and your special teams have been great all year.
Yeah, Coach Sanders runs our kickoff team, and he's always on the sideline getting those guys fired up, and it's really about how hard you run down. I mean, we do a good job of squeezing when we get down there, but it's about effort in the first 30-yard run. You know, I think our guys do a great job.
Reese Goddard made his second start for the Broncos, had a touchdown. How'd he do?
He did better. You know, he's not where we need him to be. He made a couple good throws over the middle, which he hadn't been able to do. Used his feet again. He still hasn't been as effective as I know he's going to be. He's just getting more and more comfortable every time he's out there.
Jarvion using the stiff arm, the sideline. Your sideline went nuts on that play. The stiff arm by Jarvion.
Yes, I mean, he's a guy you can't keep your eyes off of. You know, here's a great play by Anton. You know, just barely stepped out of bounds, but it was a great throw, great job by those two young guys, and they're getting more comfortable, and we're going to need that moving forward.
Get the field goal there from Josh Grant and put points on the board.
Yeah, I was good. I was happy for Josh. You know, he wasn't out there much at all against Central other than extra points, and so he got a couple opportunities and took advantage of that one.
They had a big bag too, and your guys just got their run game stuffed. Caleb Bailey in particular was a man in this game.
Yeah, they just, in the middle, I mean, we pushed them back. Our linebackers were playing on their side of the line of scrimmage, and we really ran to the ball well. So even when they did get by us, they'd get 4 or 5 yards, and I was proud of our pursuit.
Keyshawn Watson, your leading receiver, and starting to get a little chemistry with Reese Goddard now, and here's something he can do. When the play breaks down, he can take it and run.
Yeah, he just gained 3 yards there, which 2nd and 7 is so different than 2nd and 10. And just that little move he made on the sideline and got us 3, that's the kind of stuff he needs to bring to us every single time, and he's getting better at it.
All right, fourth quarter, the Broncos trying to put this one away, and there's Buster. He was getting loose. He's ready to go if you need him.
Yeah, at this point, we were trying to get people out and keep people healthy and trying to make sure that we were ready for Northern Illinois.
It was 41-14 here early in the fourth quarter with the Broncos going to work. Reese Goddard running the football, and he brings that opportunity to
Yeah, and we're definitely different that way. I mean, he's probably the only quarterback I've ever coached that has positive rushing yards by the end of the game. He had a sack or two, and quarterbacks rarely have positive rushing yards, but he does so many things in our running game that he really helps us out, and hopefully we'll continue that.
There's Bailey getting there on the quarterback again, and the running backs. He was just delivering blows, and here's a blow. You pick up the loose ball, and A.J. Thomas gets to the house.
Great hit by D. Eskridge. Our punter hesitated. D came out of nowhere, knocked it out, and A.J. Thomas, true freshman, scoop it up, score, and I was happy for him.
D. Eskridge might have a shot at playing safety or something.
He could. It's been talked about. But the question is the mental side of learning. It's not an easy. Corner's way easier than safety with all the shifts and motion. But A.J. Thomas is a young safety, and I think he's getting better. He's getting a lot of opportunity, and so I'm happy with him and his growth here in his true freshman year.
D's doing a good job on the other side of the ball catching the football. So
yeah, no doubt.
If you ever needed him over there,
because he can tackle. Now we do switch. In camp we'll have all our DBs go try to catch balls and work on ball security, and we'll have all our receivers go learn how to tackle. And that was the one thing Coach Dow said to me was, hey, D tackles really well if you ever want to give him up to the defensive side.
This guy been playing running back for all of 3 days, and you hand it off to Rashawn Dave, and he takes it to the house.
He did. He was a walk-on wide receiver 5 days before this, 3 days before this. The running back room took him in and said, hey, we need you. And man, what a great introduction to being a running back.
You thought about keeping him there for a while?
Yeah, well, he's going to stay there now, and he's learning, getting better, and he's just a hard-working kid. I don't know if you saw our sideline after that, but it was electric. Our guys were so excited for him and knowing how unselfish he was, and that he got rewarded for it was fun to see that.
A lot of backups in there now getting an opportunity to play, and it's a valuable experience for these guys.
Yeah, for any time you get in there and get more comfortable and relaxed, and I was happy that we got the opportunity to play a lot of guys there at the end.
And Spillane leads the fight song.
Yeah, he had a pick 6, so I always get to choose who gets to do it. I asked him if he wanted to do it for his last time out there, and he was happy, and it was fun to see him up there.
And the Broncos get the victory over Kent State, 48-20. Back with more Bronco Review after this timeout.
Maple Hill is proud to be a Subaru dealer. Subaru, it is like no other. Because of the 35 miles per gallon that you get in the summer and the all-wheel drive in the winter, the 5-star crash test ratings, the recommendations year after year from the best consumer magazines out there. Own it and you'll say, I love my Subaru. At Maple Hill Subaru, it is a journey like no other.
A part of being a member at Arbor Financial Credit Union is the relationships and personal attention you get from our helpful and knowledgeable staff. But we realize you don't always have time for that. With Arbor Financial's secure mobile app, you can quickly check your balance, pay a bill, deposit a check, or find an ATM. In between, well, everything else. Visit us online at arborfcu.org for more information. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Does your home need a facelift? You should call BlackBerry. For over 35 years, BlackBerry's been improving the look of homes throughout West Michigan with new roofing and siding. Right now, save 50% off the installation of new roofing and siding from BlackBerry, featuring the Owens Corning Duration Shingle and Mastic Vinyl Siding. 50% off installation of roofing and siding and pay no interest for 18 months. Call today or go to blackberrysystems.com.
Uverse gives you a whole bunch of on-demand TV shows and movies. Let's get started.
Well, how many is a whole bunch? As many as Xfinity?
I swear you're gonna love it.
That didn't really answer my question.
Over 5,000 on demand.
Well, Xfinity On Demand gives us over 30,000.
We'll set it up for you.
Don't settle for Uverse. Get over 5 times more on-demand TV shows and movies on TV with Xfinity from Comcast.
Caesars has introduced the extra most bestest pizza, a large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for $6. This affects the pizza economy, causing demand for Little Caesars to skyrocket and employment to enter a pizza boom. Where will Little Caesars get all these new employees? Oh, that's where.
Get the new Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizza. A large pizza with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza. Back to pass. Broncos blitz. They hit him as he throws, and it's intercepted by the Broncos at the 40-yard line. 10-5. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Darius Phillips on the interception. Phillips with a pick six, and the Broncos extend their lead.
Darius Phillips with his 5th career pick six. And if that guy touches the football on defense or on special teams, it very likely is going to the house like that one.
Yeah, and he's done it, I think, an FBS record for getting into the end zone on returns more than anybody in the history of college football, which is an unbelievable stat.
And he'll be playing on Sundays next year, the most electrifying player ever to wear the Bronco uniform.
Yeah, I mean, he can beat you in so many ways. He's played so many different positions, and man, he's fun to watch, fun to coach.
Too bad he's not coming back next year because he's in this group of seniors we're going to see as we go back to Waldo Stadium last Wednesday night on senior night. And a special moment, there's Caleb Bailey with President Montgomery and Kathy Beauregard and Coach Lester.
Yeah, I mean, all these kids, this is the winningest class in the history of Western Michigan University, and that says a lot. And they beat it by multiple wins, and they've just done so much, and it was great to honor them.
Sante Brown right there has had a great career. How about this guy, Donnie Ehrensberger?
Donnie is the most physical player I've ever coached, I've ever seen on the football field, you know, and we're going to miss him a ton, and it's fun to coach.
And some guys that don't always get out on the field.
Yeah, it's everybody. I mean, Evans is a great kicker. You know, he's our ball back. Like if anything were to happen to Mitch, he's the guy. You know, so you honor them all because they're all part of the team.
And that guy, Jarvion Franklin, what can you say about him?
Jarv, he said and Chooks. I mean, those guys are the heart and soul of what we do, and we're going to miss them, and we're lucky to get them for a couple more years here, or a couple more games here moving forward, and we're going to lean on those guys heavy.
Oldham, I mean, he came in and helped you out.
Yeah, and Pfeiffer right there. I mean, you don't realize how much you love your long snapper. We don't have any issues long snapping because of him. Short snap, long snap, and of course Darius, the one we just talked about. He's going to be missed.
What an incredible career he's had, and we're going to miss him. But we're going to keep watching him on Sundays.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's going to continue to play. And Regan, we were able to get in and kick the extra point at the end of the game, which was fun. Rucker's a guy that started at corner. We moved to safety, and we've needed him. You know, and he's had an unbelievable senior year. We're proud of him, and obviously Robert started the game with a pick six and really set the tone for us.
Intercepted that pass a year ago that wrapped up the MAC championship game for the Broncos. And this guy, he just plays down in the trenches, snap after snap.
Yeah, for a long time, he's played a ton. He's got a knee brace on because he's a little bit banged up, but I was just so proud. He just fights and fights and fights, and you can't keep him off the field.
There they are, 14 seniors playing their final game at Waldo Stadium last Wednesday night, and they go out with the victory, 48-20 over Kent State.
Staying with a standard checking account isn't much different than stashing your money in a piggy bank. A Momentum checking account from Arbor Financial Credit Union is like strapping a rocket to your piggy bank and launching it to higher earnings. With Momentum checking, the more you use your debit card, the more interest you can earn. Up to 4% APY on balances up to $15,000. Visit arborfcu.org to find out more. Arbor Financial Credit Union. Bank here, grow here.
Whether it's your knee, back, or wrist, a small pain can be a big problem that affects everything you do. Ascension Care Teams at Borgias take the time to listen, because listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find an orthopedic doctor who is right for you at borgias.com/orthopedics.
At Galesburg Ford, we're getting geared up for fall. So if your goal is to be driving a new car,
rush on down to Galesburg Ford.
You can't afford to pass up these great deals on a new car or truck at Galesburg Ford. New 2018 models are arriving daily. Come out and visit us at Galesburg Ford. We're located 1 mile north of I-94, exit 85, halfway between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. When it comes to your next vehicle, our team has you covered at Galesburg Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus. What do you do when you discover something great? Well, you tell your family and friends about it, right? Well, that's exactly how Lake Michigan Credit Union became the fastest growing credit union in Michigan. With some of the best checking account rates in the nation and guaranteed low mortgage rates, word is spreading fast about Lake Michigan Credit Union. Anyone can open an account. So tell your friends. Lake Michigan Credit Union, the best place for your money.
Pressure on the punter, he's hit, he's fumbled the football. It's picked up by A.J. Thomas, he's gonna score. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. A.J. Thomas into the paint for 6.
A.J. Thomas getting into the end zone on special teams, and how about the hit by D. Eskridge to cause the fumble?
He's a physical blocker and a physical kid, and it's fun to see offensive guys go out there and get a chance to hit somebody, you know?
All right, the Broncos getting ready to play Northern Illinois, and Coach, things are happening just right where you're still in the race here in the MAC West Division.
Yeah, we control our own destiny. If we can win the next 2 games, we'll win a share of the MAC West title, and depending on the tiebreakers, who knows if we go, but it's an exciting time. We're playing a good team. They can play defense, #1 defense in the league, and they run the ball, and tough to beat at their place. So it's a great challenge. It's the kind of game you want to be in.
They've got Sheldon Smith out there, defensive end. He can get to the quarterback.
Yeah, he is a guy that's leading #2 in the country in sacks, #1 in our league, and they're #4 in the country stopping the run, 2.8 yards per carry. That's all I've been telling the offense all week. We're averaging 5.1 a carry. We're #1 rushing in our league. So rubber's got to meet the road somewhere, so it's going to be fun to watch.
They've had some injuries at quarterback like the Broncos, but they're starting to get their guys back.
Yeah, it happened a little bit earlier. They got their senior back, and their redshirt freshman, who was there last year, so had a chance to learn it, is in his 5th or 6th game now, and they're really coming. Offensively, I think they're getting better, getting healthier. They got their running back now last week, so they're healthy, and I think our defense is kind of coming into their own after last week, so that's going to be another matchup to watch.
This Western Michigan-Northern Illinois matchup has become quite a rivalry.
Yeah, it's a battle. It's always a close game. I played there twice as a player, and I watched a game 2 years ago there where we were sitting in the same position and ended up losing a close one. And, it's 2 good teams going at it, 2 physical teams, 2 teams that like to run the ball and play good defense, and it's coming. It's going to be a fun game.
Good luck against the Huskies.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week for highlights of the Western Michigan-Northern Illinois game from DeKalb, Illinois. Coach Lester and our staff here at Bronco Review, I'm Robin Hook. Thanks for watching. See you next week.